it's the industry as a whole that we have to decide to be pioneers of. And not everybody's willing to do it. Not everybody has what it takes to ethically explain one deal after the next like a machine.
We are educators.
Yep.
These folks want to go solar, but they haven't had anybody come through, answer all their questions, make them feel comfortable enough to just pull the trigger.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again. It's the Storm Solar Synergy Podcast, episode 5. We have the nucleus of the company, the core, the driver. We have an F1 race car here, and we got Mario Andretti. I call him Colton Moore. What's up,
sir.
buddy?
What's up, brother?
How you
are
doing?
you, man? Happy to be on here.
Colton Moore.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, the very first guy I recruited to the company, and there was a reason why. This man knows his stuff. He knows a lot about solar. He knows even more about sales, and he knows a lot about the world we live in and the trend that is coming at us, and he is ahead of it. And that's the people that we have here on our team, people like Colton Moore, who know what's coming and know that we have a grand opportunity in front of us to help people switch to solar the right way. Colton, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, man, I'm stoked to be here. I'm glad actually you brought it up. I was lucky enough that ran into Jacob. He brought me here, found my home. Come from the door-to-door world, actually. I've knocked on 20,000+ doors. Started with alarms, traveled the country for 7 months of the year, got into real estate, sold real estate for 6 years, started making the sunny money about a little less than 5 years ago, and I've never looked back. So it's been a blessing to find SVG, and it's all thanks to you and a luncheon at a nice little Italian spot. You didn't even buy my lunch, by the way.
It's so true. You know, we were in a little one of these little tug of war here.
We were.
He had a great opportunity going with a great company that does a great job selling solar. There's a couple out there. And it came down to one thing or another. What do you think it was, Colton? Because I pulled a little harder that day.
Yes, you did. I took him to lunch. We paid for it. Tried to get him to work with a different company. He ended up showing me what SVG was doing. I had taken all my knowledge, my expertise in calling, cold calling warm leads, calling clients, and selling solar over the phone, actually. And I was doing it all by myself. So when I found out that...
Not to interrupt you really quickly.
No, you're fine.
But we're talking about Colton, who's knocked on 20,000 doors.
Right.
That man is now prepared to sell solar over the phone.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between some of the people that we've talked about on this podcast and this door-to-door boot camp. You got to start somewhere. Colton's made 20,000 door knocks. I would gander a little bit more. And he's prepared
these knuckles are a little bit, they're a little callous. Let's just leave it at that. But I appreciate the nice little intro there. One of the big reasons, though, we wanted to drop this is because, well, we're looking at something pretty exciting. I didn't know if this was going to be a long-term thing because we had, a 26% tax credit that was supposed to go away next year. And I'll let you hit on the news.
Yeah, guys. So the people of America have spoken.
They've spoken.
And they want solar. And they now have the Inflation Reduction Act. And within the Inflation Reduction Act, we have a 30% tax credit. It was one of my biggest concerns. Really, it's how I found SVG. Is I said, who's gonna put me out of business, because this is so competitive, and that sunny money, it's very nice. It's very, very nice. And I thought it was gonna be Amazon or maybe IKEA or maybe the next company after that. It is the roofing contractor of America who is gonna take solar to the people of America. And when I came in touch with Fahad and with Anthony Del Medico and with Bruce Blomberg and Justin Nassab and the team that we have here, Ashkan Edamati, John Garcia, all the boys, it became so clear to me who is going to bring solar to America? It's the roofing contractor, but the roofing contractor needs people like us.
Right.
They need people like Colton who've been cutting their teeth for the last not just 1 or 2 years, back when, oh no, it's 26%, hurry, buy now, before it goes down. Guess what? We have 30% now, and everybody and their mother, first of all, they want solar, and second of all, they're thinking about, do I want to go help people do solar? Because this is going to be an industry that is undeniable with a 10-year tailwind in a world where we have no idea what's coming next.
No, that's well said. Yeah, I mean, we legitimately thought, we got maybe 1 to 2 years left before somebody like Amazon came in and they just had a product and you just purchased it. It's like, no, that's not the way solar works. Everything has to be customized for each homeowner. We ask questions like, are you plan on buying a Tesla? Do you plan on building a pool? What's the age of your roof? How old is your AC unit? Are you still running on R22 Freon? Are you running on R410A? So these are the questions that allow us to build these customized systems. It's not something you can pop off a shelf. So no, that's actually a very good point. At the end of the day, the roofers are what is helping drive our business. So I work directly with roofing contractors, electricians, landscapers, you name it. Guys that have actually been working with these clients for, let's say they've done their roof.
These guys are amazing.
They've done multiple roofs, Now, where I can come in and where Jacob comes in this is they see that, okay, well, there's a lot of folks making a lot of money with this solar game, and who better to help sell the solar than the guy that they've already bought from. So it's the second sale.
Absolutely.
Second sale is always easier than the first one because they already like the contractor, right? They already like the roofer. They already trust the roofer because they already dropped, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, $40,000 on a new roof. But they, very few contractors, roofing contractors, electricians, landscape, you name it, do not have 5 years of solar knowledge. And so that's where we come in. Everybody's going to want that sunny money, and not everybody has 5 years of experience in the solar world and just the solar knowledge. Our job is just to educate. We're not actually here to push anybody into doing something that they don't want to do. It's not a matter of if somebody wants solar. It's just a matter of when you're going to get it. And
let me say that just a slightly different way. When I sit with a homeowner, all I'm thinking about is how to eliminate and not win, but really just neutralize one objection after the next. Because at the end of the day, when a system is designed the right way with ethical pricing for that homeowner, it wins. There's really just no way around it. Whether it is going to be the case, though, that their roof, it might not be that perfect west-facing roof that we're looking for, I can educate that homeowner and let them know that their price is ever so incrementally higher and that they still win. And the layers that are there, it really just comes down to this. The fossil fuels are more expensive than the renewable energy. However, the utility, okay, guys, the utility is the X factor. You think that it's GoodLeap or it's Titan or it's the next installer. We're looking for reliability there. What we really have to educate the homeowner about is their local utility and what applies to them versus what their neighbor told them, and it is different. And they think that their neighbor is their best friend, but their neighbor lives 20 miles away in a different city. Right. And that's who they know.
And has a different utility. And actually you said the word ethics, and actually that brings up a really good point. I have worked with multiple solar companies in the past, and when it comes down to like ethical pricing, and again, I'm going to harp on this. We are educators. These folks want to go solar, but they haven't had anybody come through, answer all their questions, make them feel comfortable enough to just pull the trigger. And that's kind of where we shine. Now, on the other side is pricing, right? So we work on a price per watt scale, and there's companies out there that are, I should say sales reps out there. I'm not going to put it on any one company, but there's sales reps out there that are maybe doing one deal a month, right? But if they price it at, $4 per watt, that guy only has to do one deal a month and he can still feed his family. But that's not what's best for the actual client. It's a disservice to price somebody so high.
Yep.
By pricing where we price, it takes care of the client. It gets return business. It gets good reviews. It gets referrals. It's just, it creates a sustainable business for all of us. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it's the industry as a whole that we have to decide to be pioneers of. And not everybody's willing to do it. Not everybody has what it takes to ethically explain one deal after the next like a machine. Because at the end of the day, it's the 30% tax credit. It applies to you almost identically as the next person, but with one or two tweaks. Are you a W-2 or a 1099? Do you have a $50,000 W-2 or an $80,000 W-2? If you have a $50,000 W-2, my advice might be slightly different to you, because I want you to understand that you want to claim that entire tax credit in the first year so that your pricing stays consistent.
Right.
However, if you know that your energy needs are going up, I am happy to take it to the next level and explain to you how the tax credit can be claimed for 5 years.
Right.
This especially applies to so many different demographics. Imagine a retiree with maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years left working, and they want to be in their forever home. These are my favorite people, the senior population, the boomers. These people I love explaining how this stuff works to, because they need to be comfortable in the home that they might spend the next 30 years there forever right there. Well, and it applies to so many people differently, and it's about being an expert and it's about taking care of that person.
Right. So being the expert, being ethical, right? So some folks might be 80, 85 years old. They're not working. They're retired. They don't have any tax liability, right? So we're not telling that person that they're going to get all this tax credits. We're going to let them know, hey, truth is, regardless of a 30% tax credit, you just being on Social Security, you're likely not to get. You're going to get very little to none of that tax credit. So having that conversation isn't always fun, but it is the right way to do the job.
And when you do it that way and you ask for a referral quickly, early and often, that's how you take yourself to the next level. Because that, beautiful old woman, she has a daughter and her daughter has a son, and they all are homeowners.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, when you do it the right way, and you're not just looking for that quick hit, that one hitter get out, no. We're here to do it the right way. We're here to do it for your grandma, your mom, your daughter, your sister, your auntie down the street. And that's what SVG is all about.
Right.
And it really does make a big difference.
Well, and actually to touch on that, some of the older folks, if you're on a fixed income, having something that's guaranteed as far as how much you're going to pay for electricity every single month, as opposed to, the lows and then the skyrocket highs, and you're like, holy crap, how do I budget for this? A lot of people love to budget. And then little things like, okay, Nana Jane, she all of a sudden she's got a roof leak, and they realize, hey, this roof has to be replaced. Instead of having to fork out, pull out all the money and or try to get a loan.
Yep.
That Nana Jane, right, can actually utilize the solar project. The financing with a solar project, and she is now not going to have to fork out 10, 15 grand out of her pocket, which she might not have.
Yep.
What she can do is she can actually utilize the solar financing that we offer, and she's still going to be on a budget. She knows, okay, well, now I've got a new roof in my financing. I got solar in my. I know where my electricity is going to come from. I know how much it's going to cost. I know I need a new roof. I don't have an option. Right? I have to have one. I can't just let my house flood. But at least she knows that it's going to be, $190 a month here on out.
Yep.
And she didn't have to fork up $19,000 out of her pocket.
And it's really cool the way you described that. You talked about how important it is to budget and what that means, especially for some of our aging population here in America. And you know what? I'm going to reverse the scale here a little bit, and I'm going to talk about young people trying to get ahead. That guy who just now bought his first home at 25 years old. Congratulations, young man. You're doing well.
Good for you.
Yeah, amazing. Not everybody's going to do it in this world with those prices going up. However, it is more important than ever for that young man to be comfortable in that house through this real estate market and to have a budget in place. And people think, oh, well, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to be here forever. Well, I do know what's going to happen if I do solar for you the right way. First of all, your monthly budget will be tighter. You will have lower monthly living expenses to lock in your comfort in your home. Second of all, I know that the appraised value on the systems that we're selling are adding value to your home from day one. And third of all, I know that fossil fuels are more expensive. And fourth of all, the Inflation Reduction Act is here at 30%. And fifth of all, you can get a $7,500 EV credit. And sixth of all, what? There's another one. Do you want the new roof? How about zero out of pocket to take your home somewhere better?
And a lot of those folks are actually going to, the 25-year-old guy who's getting into a house is probably the same type of guy that's going to keep that house and use it as an investment property long term. And that same, whoever's going to be sitting at that kitchen table writing checks to the electricity bill, it's never going to go away. If you live in an area where you are forced to be connected to the grid, well, where's the electric bill going to go? It's only going to go up. If you can lock it in now, well, it's going to be locked in for that next renter as well. It actually opens up a bigger market for renters to be able to afford to be able to live in that house.
A very happy renter.
Yeah, very happy renter.
Let me tell you what, you might get $100, maybe $200 extra on the rent because you tell them it doesn't have an electric bill.
No electric bill. You take care of, you're offering to that renter, hey, we are going to take care of your electricity. Now, what you can do is you can actually say, cool, it's a flat fee for the electricity. It's $300 a month, flat fee for the electricity. And now some months it's going to be even less. And if you're on a fixed rate, right, with solar, but your solar is actually set at $220, where you're making $80 on every single month, you're an extra $80 every single month on top of what they're paying for rent.
Yeah, exactly true. That's a business model right there for the young person who understands what just happened with the Inflation Reduction Act. The 40-year-old man also, the 50-year-old retiree that's maybe retiring young. As long as you have the taxable income to qualify for a mortgage and to claim the solar tax credit, okay? No taxable income, no tax liability, no solar tax credit, okay? If you have that, you should be getting a new house, adding solar to it, throwing a renter in there every year for the next 10 years until this thing passes or gets extended. I don't know, man. How about that for retirement for these people? But hey, here nor there, okay? We're here to do a job, and our job is to educate the roofing contractor about how to talk about this. This man knows how to talk about it. He's going to be here.
I'll be here
in Phoenix, Arizona
for the boot camp.
In sunny Scottsdale, September 16th and 17th for our boot camp.
We could go all day.
Guys, it's going to be a great boot camp. This one's going to be different, okay?
We're going to be out there door knocking together, right? You can follow me. You can watch how I do it. I'll teach you all the little nuances about knocking on doors as well. That's the bread and butter of any sale. I mean, that's a 150-year-old business that has not gone away because it is successful. It's proven. It's measurable. It's controllable, right? You can't just sit and wait for somebody to call you. Get out there and being able to generate business from nothing is super powerful. I will be here. Jacob will be here. We're all going to be helping everybody teach them how to legitimately do a solar deal from the beginning to the end, and that's going to be a good time. I can't wait to be able to help everybody moving forward.
Yeah, I can't wait. There's this thing called the perfect deal. I can't tell everybody here right now, but if you come to the boot camp, I will tell you what the perfect deal is. The maximum amount of solar and the maximum adders. I gotta say it. When you get the adders right on the perfect deal, we can only do so much, guys. But this boot camp, we're gonna talk about what the perfect deal looks like and how we can take a roofing contractor to giving a homeowner everything they need all in one fell swoop.
Right.
It's really exciting, and there is not a better financing tool available. It's that simple. You are taking the dollars you already spend and magically, through this Inflation Reduction Act, through solar panels, through this nuclear reactor in the sky we call the sun, making a new roof, making an AC unit out of those same dollars. It is really, really cool. And SVG has it locked in. We have our accountants dialed in. We have our 1099s and W-9s and taxes paid. Everything we do is legit, and it comes to the homeowner in a digestible way where they feel safe doing this deal. And that is what's so powerful about our company.
Jacob, I appreciate you having me on, brother.
My
It was
pleasure,
fun.
Colton.
And
Will you
and I
come
can
back
go-
for another episode?
Well, depends on how you play your cards, but no, I'm excited, man. You and I, we
God,
go
if
all
I'm
day
not
about
careful,
this.
it's going to be your podcast. Hey, guys, it's been a pleasure. The Storm Solar Synergy Podcast, episode 5 is in the books. We're SVG Solar. We're so happy to be helping our contractors. Colton Moore here, one of the best in the game.
Thank you,
Appreciate
brother.
man.
All right.
All right. Till next time, guys.